It's a real joy to be able to offer greetings to you folks at Fellowship Baptist Church on the occasion of your 30th anniversary. I took a few minutes to look at the website. My goodness, how you folks have grown. It's a long way from the days when we were worrying about having enough parking space without the neighbors getting very upset at us when we first started in the little white building. And then of course we were always having problems trying to figure out how to have enough room for the Awana circle and all the kids and the parents that came and the folks that participated in Awana back in those days. But it looks as though that God has really blessed the church. And Pastor Lynn, I'm just thrilled to death to be able to have had a part in that ministry in its very beginning.
I remember being asked to come and to candidate to become the pastor of Fellowship Baptist Church. I was absolutely thrilled to have an opportunity to preach there, and wow, it seems like a lifetime ago.
Hi everybody, let me say how much of a privilege it is to be able to come to you today through this video, instead of being there myself. It's a joy to be able to share this time of celebration with you and the 30 years that God has allowed the church to be there in the Parkersburg area. I remember in my mind as I thought about all of this, having devotions with my family, and during the devotional time we all prayed. We asked God to give us a place to go. And just as we were finishing praying, the telephone rang. And I reached and picked it up. And on the other end of it was a young man named Jim Knight, whom I had known in the days gone by at my home church. And Jim was calling to invite us to come and share our ministry and who we were with the church as a potential candidate for the church. And I remember saying to my wife, they're calling from West Virginia and I really do not want to go there. But we decided to come, and it was a good time to be there with the church family, and we preached and we met folks. And then we agreed that we would come back another Sunday. And as we were going across the toll bridge, I said to my wife, Mary at the time, I said, when I get back, I'm going to call those fellows and tell them that I'm not coming back. And she said, you can't do that. And I said, why can't I do that? And she said, because you gave them your word that you would come back. And so we came back, and the rest of the story is history. From 1986 to 1996, we served as your pastor and wife. What a joy it was and what a privilege it was to be there.
We had a lot of fun back in those days, and it was days when the church was trying to find its identity, which it looks like today that you have, and you've become an influence for Christ in the greater area of Parkersburg and Wood County, and I'm glad to have been a part of that, and I wish you the very, very best in the future. God bless you folks.
I've often feel that I could not be the pastor that the Lord is allowing me to be right now if it weren't for the graciousness and the love that the people of Fellowship extended to my family and to me. I will forever be in debt to the saints there at Fellowship Baptist Church. The people of the church. Clayton, Sandy, Tammy, Chester, Marianne, David, Sharon, Larry, Jackie, Tim, Tina, Jean, Becky, Jim, Carolyn, Jim, Debbie. We had a lot of Jims back then. Pat, Kristen. I didn't know I could care for so many people for so long a time, but each of them were and are still dear to our hearts.
As many of you already know, it was during that time that God called my first wife, Mary, home to heaven through cancer, and the church as a whole was nothing but a blessing and a strength and an undergirding in prayer, and just it gave me everything that I needed during that time. And I need to personally thank everybody for that and let you know how much I appreciated that. In God's wisdom, He allowed me to meet and marry my present wife, Sandy, and we've been married now for almost 20 years this next year. And she sends her love to you. She couldn't be a part of this video because she just had surgery. But we wanted you to know how much we appreciate who you folks are, what you've meant to us, and how our lives were changed as a result of being a part of the ministry there. I'd like to congratulate Pastor Lanz and the leadership that God has allowed him to give to the church. Pastor Lanz, you've done a wonderful job. You were the man to follow, and you've done everything that God would have you to do. And I appreciate that. I want you to know, and I pray for you and your staff. I pray for the church regularly. And I want nothing more than to see God's blessings for the next 30 years if He doesn't return. Thank you for talking with me, meeting with me. It's good to see you again. And hopefully one of these days, Sandy and I will pay you all of this. God bless you.